Now, if you don't understand how Google Ads phrase match keywords work, it can be a little bit confusing when you're trying to set up your campaigns and get the correct keyword targeting in place. So let's go through the difference between phrase match and the other types of keywords, what phrase match is, why you would use it, all that good stuff. So we have a Google Ads account pulled up here, and I've selected a campaign and an ad group up at the top up here. And then from there, that's just under campaigns. And then from there, I open this little drop down and click search terms, or search keywords, I mean. And that's going to show us the keywords for this ad group and campaign that we've selected up here at the top, right? And this is an old campaign. We don't really run campaigns like this with a whole bunch of random keywords in one ad group anymore. Well, I don't know that we ever did, but I think this is something that the client had set up. Anyways, you can see that there's some broad match. It's sorted by match type here. So there's two broad match, there's a handful of phrase match, and some exact match. And the phrase match is just the keyword in parentheses. So that's the actual, the way that you would indicate that a keyword is phrase match. Exact match, the keywords are in brackets. And usually broad match, there's just nothing around the keyword. So it'd just be the keyword blank with nothing. This one has plus signs. That's the old broad match modifier, which Google is now saying is essentially just the same as phrase match, right? But there's a whole breakdown where Google lets us know kind of how this works in terms of the phrase match type. So with the example tennis shoes, if you had the phrase match term tennis shoes in one of your Google Ads campaigns or ad groups, it would be able to show ads when somebody searched for shoes for tennis, buy tennis shoes on sale, red tennis shoes, comfortable tennis sneakers, and that's anything that has the same meaning as somebody who's searching for tennis shoes, right? So if somebody's searching for tennis shoes, they want to buy tennis shoes most likely, or find the right type. Same thing with shoes for tennis, buy tennis shoes on sale, right? These all have the exact same meaning behind them. And this is an example of what we would not show our ads for in this case, which is tennis store or shop for sneakers. Shop for sneakers doesn't have anything to do with tennis shoes, and tennis store, the person might be looking for a racket, but we're trying to sell tennis shoes, right? So it's not going to show ads or ads for searches that are closely related but have a different meaning. It's only going to show your ads when somebody searches for something that has the same meaning. And the big advantage to this is, rather than taking hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to figure out every single keyword and add it in the exact match type, which is, the most specific, like shoes for men is going to be basically just people looking for men's shoes, but not men's tennis shoes or shoes for boys or anything even closely related, but not exactly the same meaning. So this is more restrictive to use exact match keywords, and it would take a long time to go find all the keywords, add them into your campaigns, etc. So that's why sometimes it's more beneficial to start adding in some phrase match keywords. So you can see we've got exact match keywords here, where we're targeting people who are searching for pretty much exactly what we have right here. But these phrase match terms allow us to broaden things out a little bit, but still stay in the middle. So it's not as broad as like a broad match keyword, which if we look at the example for broad match, low carb diet plan can show ads for carb-free foods, low carb diets, Mediterranean diet books. So it's very broad, and sometimes you're going to get weird. Your ad's going to fire on weird search terms that aren't really going to be that relevant, and that's where phrase match comes in. It's kind of in the middle. It's going to get you a little bit more expanded, so you don't have to take a bunch of time to figure out every variation of keyword out there and try to put it in your account. Instead, you can just add some phrase match keywords in there, and that's going to let Google know that you're a little bit more lenient on the search terms that you're wanting to use for people to, you're wanting to allow for people to find you with, right? Which will broaden the available clicks that you have. It'll allow you to get more impressions, clicks, potentially conversions, etc. So a great way to expand the targeting. Now another pro tip is, you can start with exact match in your Google Ads campaign until you start to get some conversions coming in. So you can see there's a couple of conversions in here. And then as we start to get some data about what's converting and the Google Ads platform is starting to figure out what type of people are interacting with our ads and actually reaching out to us and stuff, then we can broaden things out by adding some phrase match keywords in here. And then use something like maximize conversions as the bid strategy, which will then allow Google to go out and kind of broaden the reach a little bit while still trying to get you a whole bunch of solid conversions. So oftentimes phrase match is used to start expanding the targeting of the campaign after you've zeroed in on what's actually working already. You can then basically replicate those same keywords but do them in phrase match as well. Now, how do you actually add a keyword in here, like a phrase match keyword? Well, assuming that you've selected your campaign and ad group up here at the top and you're in the search keywords section, you should see this blue plus sign right here. If you click that, it's going to open up this window and allow you to start adding in some keywords. It's giving you some relevant suggestions here. We don't necessarily use these all that much, but let's say we wanted to add in something like large custom closets. I don't know. So we could do that by just adding the keyword and putting it in parentheses. Now it's telling us, hey, you're using a smart bidding strategy like maximize conversions, which is what I was talking about earlier. And so we can use broad match to get more conversions at a similar return, similar cost essentially. So that's kind of Google letting you know, like, hey, you're using one of these advanced bid strategies. And that means that if you use something like phrase or broad match, it could actually really help expand out the targeting of your campaign while still likely getting you a lot of solid conversions if you've already been getting solid conversions coming through. Of course, you could also add the same keyword in as exact match by just putting it in brackets. And then broad match is just going to be with nothing around it, just written out normal text, right? I believe it even shows like a little key for that down here. Normally it does show a little key for that down here at the bottom. But that's how you would actually tell Google the match type that you want for your keywords. So you've got phrase match, exact match, and broad match here. And then once you added the keywords that you want, all you do is click save right here. And then that would go ahead and save the keyword in here. And you'll start to see it running. I always like to let people know too that it's like if you have a keyword that's exact match and it's not working out very well, rather than editing it and changing it to phrase match, that will actually, if you change the keyword, it will actually eliminate all of your conversion data and you won't really be able to track the history. So that actually happened with this one here. You can see there's no data. That's because we changed it at one point. So instead of editing your existing exact match keywords, it's usually better to just click here and go ahead and add in some phrase match keywords. And then you can pause these exact match keywords if you're not going to be using them. So you can do it here, pause them right here, or you can check them all and pause them in bulk like that. So that's just another pro tip so that you don't lose all the data from your existing keywords. You can just stack on more and figure out what's working, still have all that data to refer back to in the future. So I hope you found this helpful. If there's anything you did have questions about in terms of phrase match keywords or anything of that nature, don't hesitate to reach out. You can just drop your questions in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to get back to them there. Look, if you're the type of person that just doesn't even want to deal with Google Ads anymore, then you can always reach out to me. My company is Missoula SEO Geek. I'll leave a link to my website down below, but we do manage Google Ads for different companies in different industries, and you can come learn about what we do, what makes us unique. You can even read some of the testimonials from some businesses that we've taken from 0 to over $1 million in revenue, like this one here. And really just see that, this is the type of thing that's going to explode your business growth. So feel free to reach out. You can always give us a call or contact us through our website, and look forward to working with you.